All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome. How y'all doing? Today is a very interesting day in the crypto markets. We've been getting a lot of bullish news lately about Apple and some PayPal stuff recently. Bitcoin seems to be currently somewhat holding it together. So folks, in today's live stream, I just kind of want to go through some technical analysis with Bitcoin, Ethereum, some of the major altcoins, get a sense of the market, reassess how things are looking. Are we looking bearish, bullish? Are we consolidating? What's going on with the major altcoins in Bitcoin? Is the market looking a bit healthier? Is it not? We have David Pez saying hi from Italy. What up? How's Italy nowadays? I hope you guys are doing better. I heard you guys got a pretty bad once at a few points with the global disease. So I hope you're doing okay. Welcome everyone. There's lots to discuss in today's market. We're gonna let a few people trickle in and get going here. How's everyone doing? Let me know down in the comments below. What are you guys feeling at this point? Are you guys still panic selling right now? Are you guys are you experiencing extreme fear? Are you experiencing extreme greed like I am? Because I'm buying the dip on a lot of shit right now, and I cannot wait to share some of that stuff with you guys. LOL says Brendan, I got the clippers ready for your head. Happy face. First off, I'm already bald, don't you know? There's a conspiracy going around. Second off, Brendan is not me. I am Brandon. My name is spelled a bit differently, so it's supposed to be someone else you're talking about. But yeah, no, look, folks, there's a running bet that if Ethereum doesn't reach over $10,000 this year, that I will shave my head 2021. If Ethereum does not get over 10K, I'll shave my. No, it's all good. LOL. I'll shave my head. I'm just being silly. I'm sticking to that. I still think that this bull run is not over, although Bitcoin's trying its best to convince us otherwise. And I still think Ethereum this year has a good chance of reaching well over $10,000. And hey, it's not just my crazy ass saying this anymore. Now Goldman Sachs and everyone else is piling on top saying, oh, Ethereum to 16K, Ethereum to 19K. And look, ultimately, wouldn't it be like just poetically beautiful if Ethereum this cycle reached what Bitcoin did the previous cycle, just 19, 20K? I mean, hey, if EIP 1559 gets introduced in July and implemented, guys, that's one of the biggest catalysts in Ethereum's history. If it becomes deflation, it's gonna become harder money than Bitcoin. So, I mean, could we see Ethereum fly in the summer? I think so. Maybe we have a couple days, a couple of weeks of consolidation and just strength building with Bitcoin and some of the major alts. And my inkling right now is that come the summertime, come late summer, July, August, around that time is when we see the market really start to pick up. And hey, that's what happened last year. Back in 2020, July, August, we had the DeFi mini alt season, mini bull run. So can something similar happen? Well, with a bunch of bullish catalysts, EIP 1559 with Ethereum, Parachain's happening any month now with Polkadot, and Gogan smart contracts in August with Cardano. I mean, folks, this summer is going to be jam-packed with the biggest altcoins in the space having the biggest catalysts in their history. So, I mean, with that being said, I do think there's some reasons to be optimistic as well as some reasons to be pessimistic and very concerned. A lot of people are concerned about Bitcoin right now, and it's well warranted. Look, I'm still bullish. I'm buying. I have a high risk tolerance, so you may not have a high risk tolerance. You may have a lot of money in this niche. You may need to feel like you need to protect that unrealized gains more so than I do, because at the end of the day, my approach is, look, my portfolio, like all of you guys, probably went down a lot during this crash. My portfolio during this crash, my unrealized gains just dropped through the roof, right? But that's just it. They're all unrealized gains. I haven't sold yet. If anything, I've been buying. So the projects I'm in, I believe in in the long term, and I think they'll be here 5-10 years from now. So worst case scenario, we have to hold until 2024, 2025, which is when the next bull run is supposed to be. And I don't think we're in the worst case scenario, but again, market doesn't care what I think, doesn't care what I feel, doesn't care what I believe. The market will do what it wants. So right now, folks, if we want to understand what's going on with Bitcoin, what's going on with Ethereum, are we in a bull market? Are we in a bear market? what we need really is confirmation. I'll talk about my feelings, my intuitions, my gut feeling, my that kind of thing. And you hear a lot of people, a lot of big channels talking about their gut feelings and their intuitions and what do the clouds say, and they're reading tea leaves. But folks, no, if we want to understand what's going on with the market, we need to understand and follow price action, and we need further confirmation of the macro trend. Right now, things are very, very much up in the air. We're seeing some signs of strength. We're seeing some signs of bearishness. Ultimately, we need confirmation, whether bullish confirmation or bearish confirmation. Either way, to be more confident of the macro trend, we need confirmation. If we make a new macro lower low below 30K, that would serve as bearish confirmation and would serve to make it likelier that the bearish trend continues, that the bull run could be over. But as long as we hold 30K and don't make a new lower low, then we may be fine. Now, Bitcoin does have a lot of resistance above us, and we could get rejected all the live long day. We can get rejected over and over and over and over again. As long as we keep putting in these macro higher lows, that's a good sign, because there's tons of resistance. And whenever there's this much resistance above us, we usually don't just blow past right away. Usually we need to test resistance a few times, and after kind of consolidating, testing resistance a few times, then we build up enough liquidity, enough strength to break out bullishly. So for now, folks, again, if we correct further in the short term, it's really not that big a deal. The point in which, again, I'm not a financial advisor, but the point in which I get worried is when we start seeing macro lower lows. At that point, I'll start to get worried. But we can get rejected forever. As long as we keep putting in these higher lows, it's good to see as well. So if we make that macro lower low below 30K, bearish news, confirmation of the bear trend, make it more likely the bull market's over, bear market's starting. Now, if we have some bullish divergence and some bullish confirmation, that would make it more likely that the bull run could continue. What do we need to look out for? Well, I believe one of the biggest factors to look out for in the short term is the 200 daily exponential moving average. This dark blue line here, I hope you guys can see it. Maybe I'll zoom in a bit more. You guys can see this a bit better. Right here, we can see here that 2 days it acted as support, and then 2 days here it acted as resistance when we broke below it. So if Bitcoin wants any hope to be bullish, we need to flip basically $42,000 from resistance into support. So if and when Bitcoin does something like this, we shoot up, fall back down, retest 42K, hold that as support, that would be bullish confirmation, and that would make it more likely that Bitcoin could break past its next major resistance, fall back down, and if we retest that and hold that as support, further bullish confirmation. And so for me, the ultimate thing that I'm looking out for, try to understand if we're truly still in a bull market or not, is yes, we need bullish confirmation, and there's several levels of resistance, and each level we get above will be further bullish confirmation. But ultimately, I think kind of the ultimate confirmation, the last line of the defense for Bitcoin that we need to get above is this red trend line, because there's a bunch of EMAs on different time frames, there's a bunch of fib levels, there's a bunch of volume, there's a bunch of sideways price action all throughout these regions that will act as resistance. But I believe one of the final major resistance levels that if we do get above would be kind of the last bit of confirmation we need to be confident in the market again, is this red trend line based off all-time highs in this wick just extend. Because if we get above that, that's above all our sideways price action, all our EMAs, all our SMAs, all our fibs, all our volume. So if we get above this red trend line, if Bitcoin can break above, fall back down, hold it, retest it, that, in my opinion, is one of the final bits of bullish confirmation that we need to say confidently that more likely than not, we are still in a bull market. And if you want to just add that extra cherry on top of more bullish confirmation, more safety, then ultimately I would say $57,000 as well, because right there's a peak in volume, a VP bear point of control. So if you want to be, have that extra confirmation, because what we need right now is confirmation. More layers of confirmation we have, the more confident we could be of the bullish trend. So if we get above this volume, fall back down, retest it, hold it as support, then in that case, Bitcoin can make new all-time highs and go on and chug along till the hundreds of thousands of dollars. So folks, those are the things we need to look out for. If we want to understand if we're still in a bull market or bear market, things are very precarious right now. I do not feel confident calling whether we're in a bull market or a bear market right now. So what I'm looking out for to understand what state of the market we are in is just further confirmation, whether bullish confirmation to have some hope or bearish confirmation to panic sell and wrap it up, boys, come back 2024, 2025. Ultimately, whatever way Bitcoin decides to go, we need more confirmation. Right now, I'm not confident calling the state of the market. I personally lean more bullish. I personally have a high risk tolerance. I'm personally willing to hold for the next 3 to 4, 5 years if I have to. That might not be the case with you guys. So at the end of the day, you guys have to come up with your own investment strategy that hopefully isn't based off your emotions. If you get panicked or if you're feeling greedy, hopefully it's a it's a plan that's rationally thought out, based off tangible factors. And my hope is, if I share some of the things that I'm considering, you can use these factors to inform your own consideration and become more confident in what's going on with your investment strategy in your portfolio yourself. So let's read what some of you guys are saying. I'm curious. I want to know what you guys are thinking right now. So LOL says, Brendan, I got the Clippers already for your head. We already mentioned that. LOL says, also SNX and Link not over 100. I might have to go to Goldman and shave his head. We'll see, guys. We still got, better part of a year. So, Luna price prediction. Maybe we'll talk about Luna after. What you think will happen with XRP if they win the case? If XRP wins the case with the SEC, XRP will pump hard, extremely hard. Now, personally, I honestly don't like XRP when it comes to because here's the thing with crypto. You literally have thousands of options when it comes to investing in cryptocurrency. There's actually over 10,000 altcoins in existence today. So one has literally over tens of thousands of options when it comes to investing in cryptocurrency. And I think there's many better choices that have more solid fundamentals than XRP. But with that being said, XRP as a trade might be interesting, and it could go on to make people money. But in terms of what do I think has super solid fundamentals, XRP is definitely not up there. Although as a potentially interesting trade, maybe even swing trade, long-term swing trade, XRP is interesting, because if they do win that case, XRP is going to pump. If they do get relisted, if they win that if they win that lawsuit, and they get relisted on exchanges, XRP is going to pump hard, and that's an if. They might lose that case, so we don't know, but that's just my intuition. So that's what's going on with that. Favorite layer 2 solution, Polygon Matic. Polygon Matic did 100x for me, and I sold Polygon when it did 100x, and that's what I've been using to buy the dip on all this stuff. No one has been talking about XLM for a while. You know what? Again, see, like XLM, it might be fine. It might even go on or do great. I honestly don't have I don't have super strong opinions when it comes to XLM. Personally, again, when there's so many options out there, I personally like a lot of other stuff better than XLM. No hatred towards XLM. It might be a great project. I honestly don't know that much about it. I don't have super strong opinions, but there's things that tickle my fancy more than XLM. So folks, all right, look, so let's bang through some of this major altcoin analysis. I want to bring you guys the top 5 altcoins that I'm buying this dip on. I'm very excited to share this stuff with you. So again, I just want to briefly update you guys. This is what's going on with Bitcoin. The first major resistance level that we need to get above in the short term is that 100 daily exponential moving average. Once we get above that, once we get above 42K and hold 42K, that's the first major sign of bullish confirmation. So, if you want to play things more conservative, wait on the sidelines. Wait to see a couple days, couple weeks, how Bitcoin plays out. If we consolidate, if we break out bullishly, if we dump more, it's fully possible that Bitcoin could dump more. Absolutely. Again, as long as we keep putting in these higher lows, that's what we want to see. So those are some of the few things I'm looking out for. And again, we're probably, with so much resistance above us, not going to just immediately shoot up. We're probably going to consolidate right below it, test it a couple times. The more times we test something, the more likely we are to break through. So those are some of the things I'm looking out for with Bitcoin. And also, I forgot to mention, Apple is looking to hire a crypto, we'll read this. Apple is looking to hire a business development manager with experience in cryptocurrency industry to lead alternative payments partnership program. Guys, I keep saying this. All this FUD that we experienced when Bitcoin was at its lowest point that caused the price to tank further. The Elon FUD, the regulatory FUD, the Chinese FUD, it all screamed temporary. We are so early when it comes to adoption in cryptocurrency. The legacy markets, the mainstream adoption has only just begun. Major companies like Apple are only just starting to hire cryptocurrency experts. What do you think this space is going to look like 6 months from now, a year from now, when they develop a program to onboard crypto payments and crypto solutions? Like, folks, we are all insanely early. Of course, the technicals right now look extremely bearish, but at times like these, we need to also have an understanding of the fundamentals and the big picture, and we need to be able to zoom out and understand what the macro direction for Bitcoin and crypto has been throughout its entire history. Yeah, in a short term, this is a very bad dump. But again, over the long term, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Chainlink, all these other solid altcoins, they're going to be here 5-10 years from now. Adoption has only begun. And the way I view cryptocurrency right now is cryptocurrency is the next major asset class. Just like the stock market, the options market, Forex, commodities, they were all once new things. And cryptocurrency is that next new asset class on that list. We're only in the beginning stages of adoption. Folks, this SEC lawsuit with Ripple demonstrates that the Americans don't even know what a security is. They haven't even defined what is a crypto, what is and isn't a crypto security. We need that regulatory clarity for the United States, the biggest crypto market in the world, to continue its adoption and for crypto to become more mainstream in the United States. We don't even have that regulatory clarity, which means we're early. Apple is just now starting to hire people to start incorporating cryptocurrency, which means we're early. If you look at the net unrealized profit and loss chart, which is historically called cycle tops by whenever we enter this blue euphoria zone, which tells us too much people are making too much money too fast, growth is unsustainable, we never entered that blue euphoria zone, which potentially means we're early, folks. We need to, of course, understand the technicals, because technical analysis gives us an understanding of what's happening in the short term and potential trading opportunities. But the fundamentals tells us what can happen over the long term. And the fundamentals have never been stronger for Bitcoin and specifically altcoins and things like Ethereum. In my opinion, the same fundamentals that brought us to $65,000, same fundamentals that exist at $30,000. Nothing has changed when it comes to fundamentals. The only thing that changed is that people have gotten fearful and people panic sold. The fundamentals haven't changed. What has changed is sentiment and people's unrealized and realized gains. People have been selling at a loss, which can change price structure. But again, and markets can react irrationally for quite a long time. But over the long term, eventually fundamentals catch up. And long term could be months, long term could mean years. But eventually, the long term picture for Bitcoin and crypto have never looked better. So, if one is willing to hodl, worst case scenario, next 4 to 5 years, 2024, 2025, then that's when the next bull market is likely to be in Bitcoin, Ethereum, Chainlink. They're good altcoins. They're going to be here next bull run. So, again, I'm not a financial advisor. I couldn't end up being wrong. An asteroid could hit the Earth, the global internet could shut down, and every cryptocurrency goes to zero, and we would have all been better off holding physical gold. That may very well end up being the case. Nothing's for sure. Nothing's guaranteed. But, folks, I think there's a good chance of this market recovering this cycle, this year, and definitely over the long term, reaching new all-time highs. And I think it's just a matter of time, whether it's this year or 2024, 2025, where Bitcoin reaches the hundreds of thousands and Ethereum reaches the tens of thousands of dollars. So now, I talked a lot about my feelings and my intuitions, but let's talk about some tangible factors. Again, I keep mentioning this, and I'm going to keep mentioning this because it's important, one of the most important factors to understand if Bitcoin's going to recover or not. As of recent, hash rate has been extremely correlated with price action. See this sharp dip in hash rate here with Bitcoin? That was correlated to when the power outages first started in China with the mining operations, which was literally the beginning of the major dump in price action. As soon as hash rate recovered, price recovered. Hash rate dropped, price dropped. What are we seeing here in the short term? A couple signs of hash rate recovering. So we need further confirmation, but we're seeing some signs. There's some signs of hope that hash rate is recovering. If hash rate continues to recover, that's a sign that Bitcoin could continue to recover. And another major factor, and perhaps one of the biggest factors we need to look out for, is the total amount of Bitcoin held on exchanges. Because the more Bitcoin there is on exchanges, the more potential selling pressure there is. So let's see if we can zoom back out here. There we go. Yeah, so basically this entire bull run cycle since August, since summer 2020, Bitcoin's been doing nothing but steadily leaving exchanges, which has been bullish. Except recently, when price started falling, Bitcoin started moving on to exchanges, which people were selling, panic selling, and selling at a loss. But what are we seeing as of recent? Bitcoin is starting to leave exchanges again as soon as we start to see a bit of recovery and a bit of bullish divergence. So if we see these signs continue, Bitcoin just steadily starts to leave exchanges again, hash rate steadily starts to pick up, the bullish divergence continues, we get more bullish confirmation. Each piece of bullish confirmation we get just makes it that much more likely that we continue the bullish trend. So folks, it's not all doom and gloom. Things do look concerning. There are some signs of hope. Ultimately, either way, bullish or bearish, we need further confirmation. At this point, I'm not confident calling bull market or bear market. We need to wait on the sidelines, and to be confident of whether we're in a bull market or bear market, we need a lot more signs of confirmation, several more layers of confirmation, whether bullish or bearish. And again, even assuming the worst case scenario, let's assume bull market's over, wrap it up, we're coming back 2024, 25 for the next bull run. Even if we look back at the previous cycle, it was never a straight line down. We had, massive move down, relief rally, massive move down, relief rally, massive move down, relief rally, massive move down, relief rally. It was never just a straight line down. That was 2017, beginning of the bear market. Now, let's see what's going on here in the short term. We had massive move down, bit of a relief rally, massive move down, and what have we not had? A relief rally. And what almost always historically happens, we have a relief rally. So again, it's not a guarantee, and we're just starting to see a few signs of bullish divergence. We're seeing this downward moving channel, bullish breakout, higher low, and as well, if we start to take a look at our indicators with Bitcoin, we're seeing some signs of some strength. And again, folks, we need to know what's going on with Bitcoin, because Bitcoin is fully leading the market right now. All these altcoins, great fundamentals. They didn't crash because all of a sudden they turned shitty. They crashed because Bitcoin decided to shit its pants. So, folks, we need to understand a few things right now. Bitcoin has had a bullish crossover on the 12-hour MACD. Let's take a look at the daily. Ooh. If we have a bullish crossover on the daily MACD like that, oof, folks. Like, let's zoom out here. When was the last time the MACD on the 12-hour was this overextended to the downside? There's literally no point. We're all the way back in 2016. Folks, this is literally the lowest and most oversold the MACD has been on the 12-hour chart for Bitcoin in its history. And again, the fundamentals have not changed at all. The fundamentals for Bitcoin and crypto look great. So, of course, it's not a guarantee that we see continuation of this trend, but is this a good sign? 100%. And if we see this carry over now to the daily MACD, bullish crossover on the daily MACD, again, when we've never been this extended to the downside, even back in 2017 when the bull run ended, look how low the MACD got. Much lower than we're at right now. Folks, we are extremely oversold in a market with insanely long-term bullish fundamentals. So, can anyone guess what might happen next when we exist in a market with extremely bullish fundamentals long-term and we're extremely oversold in the short term? Again, guys, markets can continue to act irrationally far longer than we can remain solvent. All right, that's a very common saying. Markets act irrationally. Every reaction is an overreaction with the market. So just because we're starting to see some signs of some bullishness is not a guarantee that it will carry over. Now, as well, something I'm looking out for, folks, and I believe this is one of the top factors that we need to look out for. And once this happens, I'm gonna long the shit out of Bitcoin, 100x leverage. That's a joke, folks. I'm being silly, but I will probably long Bitcoin if this does indeed happen, which is this daily RSI. Like, again, guys, you'll hear everyone, all these big YouTubers, they're talking about their feelings, they're talking about their intuitions, they're talking about news events and all these ethereal concepts. No, guys, I want to give you guys, because I like you guys so much, 127 people watching, smash that like button. I want to give you guys a tangible factor that I believe will be the biggest thing we need to look out for to understand not only when Bitcoin is done correcting, but ready to explode. which is this daily RSI. Folks, this is very simple and it's going to be extremely telling. And hear me now, because I'm going to be bragging nonstop once this happens, because I already can anticipate what a tremendously bullish catalyst this will be, is bullish divergence from this resistance trend line on the daily RSI. Once we see the RSI move sideways, it gets squeezed tighter and tighter within this apex from this descending triangle or this trend line, and we see bullish divergence from this RSI on the daily, that is when Bitcoin is ready to explode. Folks, really take in what's happening right now. Throughout this cycle's entire parabolic uptrend, every local peak in Bitcoin's price action correlated with a lower high in RSI, which is classic textbook bearish divergence. Whenever you can see this on smaller time frames, on higher time frames as well. Whenever you see that higher highs price action, lower highs in RSI, bearish divergence. Whenever we see lower highs in price action but higher highs in RSI, that's bullish divergence. So right now we're seeing bearish divergence, and if we see lower highs in price action, higher highs in RSI, that's bullish divergence. Anyways, folks, so we respected this resistance level throughout this entire cycle. So what are we seeing now? Fundamentals are great. We're extremely oversold, and we've been respecting this resistance this entire cycle. So the moment we see bullish divergence from this resistance trend line, which you've respected as a resistance this entire cycle, I believe that will be one of the biggest factors we need to look out for not only understanding when Bitcoin's ready to recover and explode, but timing to the day, to the hour, when Bitcoin, the inflection point, when Bitcoin is ready to start taking off again. Again, this is not the end all be all. No, any one factor is the end all be all, but I do believe this will be one of the most significant factors when it comes to understanding Bitcoin's health and timing when Bitcoin is ready to be done correcting and ready to explode again. So, folks, I've been rambling on enough about Bitcoin. Those are most of my thoughts. I hope I answered most of your questions with Bitcoin. Folks, again, 143 people, only 37 likes. Folks, smash that like button. Best way to support the channel, smash that like button. I really appreciate it. So, without further ado, who wants to talk about some altcoins? What do you guys think? Should we talk about altcoins? Should we keep talking about Bitcoin? Maybe we can take a look at Ethereum. Now, I'll answer that for you. Let's take a look at some altcoins here. Let's see what's going on. So, ETH is holding on pretty well. Let's see what you guys are saying here in the comments. So, Benjamin Wiki says, question, what are your thoughts? The launch of smart contracts must pump ADA prices high. What do you think? Yes, ADA. Well, Benji, I can see you're new to the channel. Welcome. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, share, and hit that bell icon to be notified of new uploads. I've been saying on for a while. I do believe the launch of Gogan and smart contracts is going to be one of the biggest catalysts in Cardano's history. All right. I do believe there will be an anticipatory run-up leading up to the launch of smart contracts. And I, in fact, will be using that catalyst as an opportunity to begin taking profits on some of my Cardano positions. Because oftentimes what happens is people buy the rumor and they sell the news. And this news is one of the biggest pieces of news in Cardano's history. So, again, not financial advice, but again, once, you know, the week leading up, the 2 weeks leading up, the month leading up to smart contracts, I think there's going to be an anticipatory run-up with Cardano, and I'm going to be using that as an opportunity to begin taking profits on my long-term positions when it comes to Cardano, and maybe even some of the Cardano altcoins. So that's what's going on with that. Thank you for your support. Thank you for the question. I see you smash that like button. Appreciate you, man. Welcome. Thoughts on Vechain, please? We can take a look at Vechain. What else are you guys saying? Can you take a look at Luna? Maybe we will. Folks, again, I want to share with you guys the top 5 altcoins I'm buying this dip on. So we barely just got started. We just got Bitcoin out of the way. Now that we got that out of the way, we can delve into the massive opportunities I see. Again, just because there's an opportunity doesn't mean that there's a guarantee. But hey, I want you guys come up with your own decisions. I want to share with you guys the stuff I'm looking at and the stuff I'm buying the dip on. What else are you saying? TRX, please. Tron is garbage in my subjective opinion, not financial advice. I could end up being wrong. Benjamin Willie says, I subscribe Monday morning. Awesome. Welcome. Hopefully we're all going to go to the moon together. Where do you see KSM in 5 years? I'm afraid I won't be able to see KSM because KSM will be so far away on the moon that I'm afraid I'm going to need to purchase a telescope to even be able to see KSM because I think it's probably gonna be either orbiting the moon or somewhere on the moon. So if we want to see KSM, unfortunately, we're gonna have to buy telescopes. That's my price prediction with KSM when it comes to 5 years from now. Bitcoin gonna 1 trillion. Sure, man, awesome. Polkadot, please. All right, folks, enough. Let's start looking at some stuff here. So, Ethereum's holding up pretty well. I think it's pretty simple what you want to see with Ethereum. Again, Bitcoin's leading the market right now, but just to understand some of the major levels, Ethereum is currently above this cluster of volume here at kind of $27,050. So as long as we hold that, very good sign. We can see how before here, these 2 daily candles, even over here, these daily candles as well, we're fully finding rejection off the zone, and we're now above that. So basically, if this daily candle in the next 5.5 hours closes above basically where it's at right now, that's a very good sign, because that would mean that we flipped another resistance level into support. So Ethereum's just been flipping resistance to resistance into support. So again, this next major resistance level is at 27,050. There's a fib level right there. There's volume right there. There's a price reactive zone right there. So again, if we flip that into support, another sign that Ethereum's looking bullish. And ultimately, one of the major factors we need to look out for is this resistance trend line from all-time highs to this wick. And if we just extend that, that's going to act as resistance. So if we just kind of mess around in these regions, go sideways, eventually break out bullishly, fall back down, retest resistance, hold out of support, then we can retest all-time highs. And if we can retest all-time highs, fall back down to a previous high, hold out of support, then we can make new all-time highs. So those are some of the major things going on with Ethereum. But again, Bitcoin is fully leading the market right now. I actually bought some Ethereum the other day at about, I don't know, $2,600. I honestly forget. The reason why I bought some Ethereum was to be able to buy the dip on some altcoins on Uniswap. I've been doing a lot of Uniswap buying recently. And again, guys, I cannot wait to share these coins I'm buying with you guys. I've been buying maybe, I think I must have bought maybe like around 10 things on this dip. Like I bought a lot of stuff on this dip. And hey, look, I could totally end up being wrong. I could totally end up losing unrealized gains in the short term. But again, if I'm right, I'm right big. If I'm wrong big. So those are my thoughts with Ethereum. Someone asked about Vechain. Let's take a look at Vechain. Vechain, okay. So Vechain, again, very simple what we're seeing right now. We're getting rejected off a previously priced reactive zone. So you can see right here, these 2 daily candles during the first dumpage, we tried to pump up. We got rejected here off 14 cents. Even historically, these regions were resistance before, right where our fib level, I believe this is the 0.5, yeah, 0.5 Fibonacci retracement. So what I'm saying here with Vechain in short term, I think it's very simple. If we want to see bullish confirmation, we need to get above and hold 14 cents. Volume there, fib level there, price reactive level there, very clear what we need to see. Vechain above 14 cents tells me we can pump to 17 cents. That's what's going on with Vechain in terms of bullishness and resistance. In terms of support, what I want to see with Vechain is continuing to hold above kind of 11 cents, because we have that 618 Fibonacci retracement, we have volume, and we have a bit of a price price reactive zone here, kind of at 11 cents to about 10 cents. So 11 to 10 cents is the support, 14 cents is the resistance. Those are the major short-term levels for Vechain. Alessandra Caspani says SafeMoon Army. SafeMoon is a great choice if one is interested in just not having money. Maybe you want to like protest, the dollar, and you don't want to have any more dollar and fiat. So yeah, investing in SafeMoon is a great way to get rid of your money if you feel like you have too much. Or you could just like donate to charity or something. So that's my subjective opinion. Again, I am being silly. I honestly think SafeMoon is a stupid investment. I don't mean that as financial advice, and I honestly do not mean to insult anyone. I just will always be honest with you guys, and I think SafeMoon is stupid, and I definitely would not place my money in any meme coins because there's just so many better options. That's just me though. You do you, boo. Thoughts on London fork happening with ETH? Should lower gas prices and make higher volume on Ether network? Yeah, no, 100%. So folks, Ethereum is rolling out Ethereum 2.0, which will make Ethereum scalable, more transactions per second. The current transactions, I believe, is like dozens. I think. I could be wrong. It might be a couple hundreds. Anyways, Ethereum 2.0 aims to improve the transactions per second to like tens of thousands and make Ethereum cheaper to use. Gas fees a lot cheaper. And so Ethereum 2.0 is being rolled out. in these several different phases. And the London hard fork is one of these phases. And so each one of these phases that are rolled out, yes, Ethereum will improve, and each of these major improvements are bullish catalysts, and there's likely to be an anticipatory run-up leading up to all these catalysts. So these are highly tradable events, and ultimately, even if Ethereum crashed to 500, I would be fully comfortable holding Ethereum for the next bull run, 2024, 2025, because Ethereum, in my opinion, is like investing in Google or Apple back in the early 2000s. Like seriously, folks. Like for me, the way I view Ethereum is, imagine you bought Google in the early 2000s at $1, and then it went all the way up to $100, and then this crash is like it going back down to $10, and you would have been like, oh my God, it dropped 90%. It went from $1 to $100, and now it dropped $90. Oh no, it's the end of the world. Well, if we look up what the price of Google is today, it's $2,300. That's how I think about Ethereum. Well, yeah, sure, right now the bull run may continue, it may not. Ethereum could correct 80-90% from all-time highs. But for me, Ethereum is the next thing that the next global financial system will be built on top of. And so I'm like selling Ethereum right now is honestly like selling Google or Apple back in the early 2000s. Like, yeah, it could be super volatile in the short term, but Ethereum is the altcoin that's the most well positioned to be the next thing that the global financial system is built on top of. So why would you want to get rid of Apple or Google if you bought it back into the 2000s? Honestly, I'm beginning to even think I might not even ever sell my Ethereum. I don't know yet. I'll have to see how things go. But honestly, like, if I really think 5-10 years from now, Ethereum's the thing that the next global financial system will be built on top of. So the next thing that will allow billions to be banked and billions to access a global decentralized financial system. So I mean, why the hell would you want to sell that? Who cares what happens in the short term? Great, you can just buy more. But hey, that's just me. I could end up being wrong. Who knows? Again, if an asteroid hits the Earth, global internet gets shut down, all these cryptos go to zero, right? Like, nothing in this world is a guarantee. Just because it's good chance, good probability, does not mean that it's a guarantee. And as we've all seen over the last couple weeks, risk is a very, very real thing. Risk does play out. Risk manifests. So again, nothing in this space is a guarantee. But Ethereum, in my opinion, is the most well positioned to be the next layer of the global financial system. So I mean, why would you sell? Not financial advice. That's what's going on with Ethereum. Now, again, folks, there's 170 likes. People watching, only 50 likes. I want to share with you guys these low cap gems, shit I'm buying the dip on, but this is completely unacceptable. Right now, I'm being told that most of you don't want me to keep going. Most of you don't like this live stream. So how about this? As soon as we get to 100 likes, I'll immediately share with you guys what I am buying the dip on. So folks, smash that like button. More people that like the live stream, the more likely YouTube is to share the live stream, recommend the channel. So once we get to 100 likes, I'll immediately start sharing with you guys my top 5 buy the dip opportunities for the moment. And honestly, there's, again, like I've been saying, there's a lot more stuff, a lot more than 5 that I've been buying the dip on. I just want to bring you guys maybe like the top 5 most interesting ones that I've been buying the dip on, ones that I've corrected the most. They're kind of in different niches. They're a range of market cap. So I want to bring you guys kind of a range from like super safe, like more safe high caps to a little bit more risky low caps, and kind of different niches for the kind of the top 5 things I'm most excited to buy the dip on. So again, folks, 170 people watching, only 70 likes. If everyone watching this live stream right now smash that like button, we'd get to 100 likes right now. So once we get to 100 likes, I'll share with you guys some of that stuff. Now, in the meanwhile, I want to just talk about briefly with Cardano, because Cardano, there's a lot of debate right now. Should you buy the dip on Cardano? Should you, should you wait? So ultimately, I think with Cardano, as long as we hold kind of these all-time highs, it's very simple. Cardano's bullish. Now, I want to share with you guys something that I didn't put in my top 5 list, but that I actually did indeed buy on this dip, which was PancakeSwap. So PancakeSwap looks very, very, very interesting on multiple fronts here. So we're down. Let's measure how much from all-time highs here. We're down. Yeah, we corrected 79% from all-time highs. We're currently down. Let's measure how much. 58% from all-time highs. Folks, look, PancakeSwap has been steadily gaining more volume, more users, and more total value locked in its ecosystem. If we look here at DeFi Llama and we see what protocols have the most value locked in their ecosystem, we can see that PancakeSwap actually has more value locked in its ecosystem than Uniswap. That is a giant deal, and they've been continually month after month getting more users and more volume. The market is telling us, as much as I like Ethereum, there's a big problem with Ethereum. Ethereum's not scalable yet, and the gas fees are insane. It got up to like $100, $200 at one point. And so users have been flocking over to these cheaper protocols, these cheaper swaps, and the market has been showing us that PancakeSwap is being crowned by the market one of the leaders when it comes to competitors and other options other than Uniswap. So everyone was falling into this thing, you know, at $20, $30, $40, and now what, at $18 when it's corrected more than 50% from all-time highs. No one likes it. So I definitely like this thing. I've been buying this thing. I think my average entry is like $16 or something. Anyways, like around basically this fib level is where my average entry is. Also, another reason why I like this thing a lot is because of this right here. So not only do I think the token itself could probably continue to reach all-time highs and vastly surpass it over the long term, but you can also go over here to PancakeSwap and stake your PancakeSwap, earning 135% APY on your Pancake compounding interest. So this will automatically every like minute or so reinvest everything you earn and put it right back in, and so you're you're continuously automatically earning 135% on a coin that fell from $45 to basically $12, and that over the long term has a good chance of reaching its all-time highs and again vastly surpassing it. So again, it's not all sunshine and unicorns with PancakeSwap and the Binance Smart Chain ecosystem. Binance Smart Chain highly centralized. There's more single points of failure. Binance Smart Chain, Binance is controlled by a private corporation, so there's things not to like when it comes to PancakeSwap. Also, there's now a lot of competitors when it comes to the swap ecosystem. Polygon and QuickSwap, Sushi. There's a few competitors when it comes to these cheaper swaps, 1 inch, so that routes your order. So there's a lot of competition in the space when it comes to exchange aggregators and swaps out there. So I mean, you know, Pancake definitely has its work cut out for it. But again, what we're seeing is the market choosing PancakeSwap as a winner. We're seeing tons of volume, total value locked in this ecosystem, and users continue to continually grow with PancakeSwap. So if the market starts to recover again and people start to gain confidence back in the market, and confidence and greed starts to rise, and people start to buy, the dip on these altcoins, something like PancakeSwap that again offers a lot cheaper fees is going to start to look very attractive. And again, if you're hodling for the long term anyways, might as well earn 135% APY. Did I mention compounding interest? Folks, you gotta smash that like button. 160 people watching, only 83 likes. Once we get to 100 likes here, I'll share with you guys what I'm buying this dip on. So let's see if we can get to 100 likes here. Meanwhile, what are you guys saying? Super Driven says, Kiana Inu, those little gas fees is nothing compared to its upside. Yeah, guys, I don't know why you guys mess around with these meme coins. Like, sure, if you're trying to have some fun, I get it, but these meme coins are shit, and they could crash and never come back. So that's, there's a big issue with these meme coins. Give me a second here, folks. Yeah, so what else here are you guys saying? How do you guys feel here? A lot of Keanu. Are you guys just like bots for Keanu? Easy E says, I'll hit that like if you tell me what's your EOY price prediction on Vechain. Sure. All right, man. Yeah, I'll tell you my price prediction on Vechain. Ultimately, I don't know any of this for sure. Again, when it comes to like long-term price predictions, it's honestly guesstimates at best. So I've seen a few things, a few kind of like market cap extrapolations. If the total cryptocurrency market cap goes to $3, $5, $10 trillion, that can affect how high Vechain can potentially go. My inkling, my gut feeling tells me that I think Vechain at around $1 by the peak of this bull run, given around $1, no, maybe not exactly $1, 80 cents, $1.20, somewhere in the vicinity close to $1, is not completely out of the question when it comes to Vechain. And also just something I want to show you guys with Vechain. We corrected 81% from all-time highs. And if we look at historically, well, like the major corrections that Vechain had, here 61%, 81%, and let's measure this one, 75%. Historically speaking, the best times to have bought Vechain was when it crashed the hardest, when people were the most worried, when nobody wanted to touch it, when everyone was selling, when the market was the most pessimistic. Historically, were literally the best times to be buying. What happened in the past is not a guarantee of what could happen in the future, but I think Vechain is a super solid project that I own some, and that I think will be around for the long term. And again, if this bull market does indeed recover, I think Vechain is going to absolutely recover a lot and explode, because the harder they fall, the harder they recover. And Vechain was one of the ones that fell the hardest. I think what's happening here is a lot of weak hands. I don't know how much leverage there was with Vechain specifically, but I bet you, because the way I view Vechain, I think Vechain is one of the, I feel like it's a retail coin for a few reasons. I feel like it's an XRP Cardano coin where, like, typically retail trader and retail investors have the weakest hands and will sell whenever there's weakness in the market. And a few coins fall into that category, XRP, Cardano, for marketing reasons, and also because they're visually cheaper. So these coins that have retail traders and investors more heavily into them, they fall harder in times of weakness in the market, because retail has weak hands and they panic sell at a loss. I don't mean to laugh, it's unfortunate, but again, guys, like, I haven't been selling, I've been buying. So that's what's going on with that. Again, guys, as soon as we get to 170 people watching, 92 likes, as soon as we get to 100 likes, I'll start sharing with you guys some of the stuff I'm buying the dip on. So folks, smash that like button. We're 7 likes away from 100, so I can start sharing this stuff with you guys. So Derek Novid with a $5 super chat. Thank you for the support. Says, hey man, check out Keanu Finance on Uniswap. 13,000 holders are organically without CMC or CoinGecko. Could explode 100x soon here. Now, okay, look, here's the thing. Is it a meme coin? I'll take a look. You're saying it's holders without. Yeah, you're saying it's not on CoinGecko, so how do I look it up? Maybe I'll look up Dex Tools, but here's the thing, man. I appreciate the super chat, but my approach when it comes to these meme coins is I wouldn't put any kind of substantial money into it myself, or any money into it myself, because when it comes to the cryptocurrency market and your investing options, there's literally thousands and thousands of options. So you have things that have high ROI potentials that are perhaps riskier because of how new they are, and you also have much safer options. And so meme coins are the worst combination of both, where they're not safe, and they only have high ROI potential if you get in early before anyone else finds out about them. Meme coins can make you a lot of money if you get in early before anyone's in, and then later it just so happens to catch on. After these meme coins have already had a parabolic pump, the money has been made. The smart money already got in. Anyone FOMOing into these meme coins after massive pumps is just dumb money, folks. And okay, look at this thing. It's crashing to nothingness. And my worry with these meme coins is that when they crash, there's no fundamentals backing them back up. Nothing. When these other coins crash, they have the excuse of fundamentals and real world use case and solving real world problems, which means they could one day recover. These meme coins are just nothing but hype and FOMO, and they have weak hands in them. So at the slightest sign of fear, they sell. Retail sells. Retail does not hold. So again, like, just doing some technical analysis here. All right, we're seeing some signs of maybe bullish divergence here. We're kind of forming this macro descending triangle. And again, maybe I'm judging this too early. Maybe this isn't a meme coin. Again, if it's not on CoinGecko or CoinMarketCap, I can't really look it up. So maybe I should withhold judgment until I learn more. I mean, I should definitely withhold judgment until I learn more. But if it is a meme coin, man, I'm just not interested, because look, there's safer options, and then there's options with great fundamentals that perhaps have very higher return on investment potential, like one of the top 5 picks I want to bring you guys that I'm buying the dip on. So we're 4 likes away from getting to 100 likes. As soon as we get to 100 likes, I'll share with you guys what I'm buying the dip on. So folks, smash that like button. So Moral Lackey with the $10 super chat. Again, thank you for the support. Really appreciate that. Again, thank you all you guys for being here, all your support. Really appreciate you guys. I am gonna eventually show you these charts and what I'm buying the dip on. Again, folks, the more likes we get, more it helps out the channel because it improves the algorithm. So Moralaki says, do you mind taking a look at an awesome new community on Giano? You to swap ETH scan less than 3. Yeah, again, guys. I don't know if you guys are like just you bought the dip yourselves or you're part of the team. I don't know what's going on with you guys. This is a coordinated campaign. Obviously, if this is a meme coin, all meme coins are shit in my opinion. Unless you're just putting in like a tiny bit of money and you want to have some fun. Look, if you're just trying to have some fun, hey, put in a little bit of money on this thing. Maybe it's a lottery ticket 6 months from now. It's the next Shiba. I mean, it's extremely unlikely you could lose all your money. But if you're just trying to have some fun, that's a different conversation. That, you know, when it comes to serious investments and just things you're trying to have some fun on, that's a different conversation. And again, maybe I'm judging this thing too early. I'm not sure if it's a meme coin. It smells like a meme coin, the name, and you guys all of a sudden coming here to shill it all at once really makes me think this is a meme coin. But again, I could be wrong. So maybe something worth looking into. All right, we got to 100 likes, folks. Enough of my nonsense. Let's talk about what I'm buying this dip on. Again, folks, thank you for your support. Let's start talking about the stuff. Number 1, Kusama. So, guys, I want to bring you guys my top 5 picks for buying this dip. I want to bring you 5 different coins that are in kind of different niches and spread out in terms of market cap. I want to start off with kind of the safer, higher market cap coins, and then kind of go down the market cap list and go through a bit of different niches. So, guys, I'm endlessly bullish on Kusama, and to put it simply, I think Kusama right now is the best combination of something that's safe, a more solid project that's has a track record, a proven track record, a great use case, and also high ROI potential. I think Kusama, best combination of both right now. You know, when I have friends or family members ask me and be like, hey, what looks interesting to you? Again, I give them the spiel. I could be wrong. I could buy this and it could drop tomorrow. But with that being said, I always say first thing, Kusama. Kusama, best combination of super solid, safe, with high ROI potential. Because what are we seeing here in the price action with Kusama? So we've dropped 48% from all-time highs. We're currently finding support at a historically price reactive zone. Right here, we were in the previous, we found support kind of here at 285, 290. Very, very good to see. But really what's interesting with Kusama right now is the parachain auctions. Folks, the market, I do not believe has woken up to what a big deal the parachain auctions are going to be with Kusama and Polkadot. For those who don't know, I'm just going to briefly explain. The way Polkadot works and the way you become a Polkadot project is by applying for a parachain slot. So you have to buy up a bunch of Polkadot or a bunch of Kusama to get a parachain slot, and that parachain slot is what makes you a Polkadot project. A parachain slot makes you interoperable, scalable, and gives you the security of a Polkadot project, and gives you access to all the other Polkadot projects with parachains and all the other DeFi options. So if you want to be a Polkadot, you need a parachain with Polkadot or Kusama. Kusama is a fork of Polkadot. It's a layer on top of the Polkadot ecosystem. It's a lower cap, lower supply version of Polkadot. Folks, when these parachain auctions begin in the near future, they're rumored to begin this month, next month, next month, in the very near future here, I really, really think Kusama could fly because, again, circulating supply 8.9 million. So when these parachains start, projects, dozens and dozens and dozens of projects are going to start to buy up tens of millions of dollars worth of Kusama to lock them up for potentially years. Guys, no one here is an economist. No one here can predict the future. I read tea leaves, but sometimes the leaves are wrong. But what happens when supply all of a sudden drops dramatically and demand all of a sudden peaks dramatically? Price, again, rises. Not a guarantee, but Kusama, when these parachain auctions start really going here, and dozens of projects are buying tens of millions of dollars with Kusama to lock them up for years, Kusama could really, really, really start to fly, in my opinion. So whether this goes up or down in the short term, for me, I'm accumulating Kusama not to make a quick flip, but I'm fully willing to hold this thing for the next 3 to 4 to 5 years if I had to. Again, with how precarious the market is right now, anything I'm buying right now, I'm buying with the understanding that I'm willing to hold for the next 4 to 5 years if the market does indeed go on to correct. And if Bitcoin can't keep its stuff together, and if Bitcoin crashes, the altcoins will crash again. So just because there's potential doesn't mean there's a guarantee here. So just understand, Kusama, my #1 favorite pick, because I think it's the best combination of something super safe, solid, and proven that has a good chance of being here 5-10 years from now, that also has high return on investment potential. Moving on, my #2 pick, Luna, Terra Luna. Folks, Terra Luna is still down the most on the week when it comes to the top 100 coins. So right here, we can see that Terra Luna down 30% on the week. If we measure it, see how far down we're down from all-time highs here. We're still down 68, 69% from all-time highs. We corrected 82%. Folks, Terra Luna provides payment solutions, and they create artificial stable coins. All right, very bullish on this project long term, super solid fundamentals, and this thing is down the most out of the top 100 market cap coins. So let's say you do want to take some risk, you want to degen out and be like me. There's tons of great projects out there. What do you know to invest in? Well, what I like to do is I go to the front page, go to the second page, third page, fifth page, and I see what's this good project with solid fundamentals that I like that's down the most. Because again, guys, the trick here is not to chase pumps, not to foam into pumps and foam into meme coins that have done already 100x. What you want to find is undervalued projects that are correcting, because over the long term, they're likely to do very well. So Terra Luna is one of these projects that I think is undervalued and has had a massive correction, and it's starting to show some signs of some strength. Terra Luna is getting above volume here at $6.90. So if we can flip, I'd say $7 from resistance into support, then we can go to $9. If we go to $9, we can go to $11. If we go to $11, we can keep pumping it further and further and further. So folks, again, for me, Terra Luna is a long-term hold. Whether we go on to correct more in the short term or pump immediately, anything I'm buying right now, I'm buying with the understanding that I should be willing to hold these things for the next bull run, 2024, 2025, if possible. So that's what's going on with Terra Luna. Also, if we zoom in kind of here in the short term, just to give you guys a sense of how I bought into this thing. So I actually got my orders filled, and I bought Terra Luna, I think at an average entry of about, I think it's like $5.40. Let me see. Yeah, about that, like $5.40. And the reason why I got this entry is because it's very simple. I drew a Fibonacci retracement on the initial impulse. So I saw the first leg up and I said, hey guys, again, I like this project, but you don't chase pumps. Whenever we have an impulse, we have a correction. So what I did was I said, I'm going to wait. I'm going to see if I can get a better entry on Terra Luna, because I like this thing a lot, but I want to see if I can get this at an even cheaper price. So I drew a Fibonacci retracement from the bottom of this impulse to the top, and I said, hey, look, what are some of the major fib levels? This 618, the golden pocket, this is typically where things like to retrace to and where they like to find their support after a correction. And what happened, folks? We pumped, we dumped, and we found support exactly within the 618. I also said to myself, hey, right here at kind of 575 is a historically price reactive zone, as well here at kind of 511, 510. So I spread out my buy orders from 575 to about 510, and that's exactly where Luna fell to, exactly where we found support, and exactly where my buy orders got filled. And I literally bought the bottom. And I was telling, well, the bottom of the correction, not this bottom. And I got our VIP Discord members in here at these levels as well. Folks, I was letting our VIP Discord members know I was buying the dip on Luna. Again, I think my average entry is about 550, 540. So folks, if you want to become a VIP Discord member and gain access to the things that we're looking at first and what we're buying in the moment, as soon as I buy something, I let them know immediately. Most of the time, sometimes I forget, but most of the time, I told them I'm placing buy orders here. And those people that followed literally got their buy orders filled at literally the bottom of the correction after the first initial impulse. So folks, become a VIP Discord member. Link for that is down in the description below. So that's what's all going on with Terra Luna here. And if we just kind of extend this fib level, if I were looking for kind of new buying opportunities, I would say, again, I would maybe be looking at something like this in terms of where I would want a dollar cost average. Yeah, something like this, because what are we seeing here in the short term? We're seeing these lower highs, but we're also seeing these higher lows. So I think what's going on with Terra Luna here in the short term is that we're forming this wedge right here. So we're going to have a breakout point. We're going to break out of this thing. let's measure exactly when. So we have a day max before we break out of this wedge. So if you're looking to buy the dip on Luna, again, not financial advice, I would wait to see what way we break out of this wedge. Because if we break out bullishly, we could really impulse, I'd say probably up to $8. But if we break down bearishly, I mean, we could fall to $6. We could fall even lower to $5.50. So I would wait to see what way we break out and accumulate based off the breakout point. Because if we break down bearishly, probably going to fall further, maybe $6, maybe $5.40, $5.50. That's where I would be placing my buy order, $6 and $5.40, $5.50. So potentially great by the dip opportunity. Or if we break out bullishly, we can impulse probably up to $8. And if we break above $8, we could probably impulse up to maybe $8.80, $9. So that's what I'm looking out for when it comes to Terra Luna. Now, guys, what do you say here? Should I share my third pick that I'm buying the dip on? What do you guys think? Are you liking my dip my picks so far that I'm buying the dip on? Let's see here. All right, so without further ado, let's talk about my third pick. Anchor Protocol, ANC. It's very simple why I like this thing. Anchor Protocol is a project of the Terra Luna ecosystem. So Terra Luna is its own native blockchain, and ANC, Anchor Protocol, is native to the Terra Luna blockchain. And what this protocol does is it allows you to earn between 18 and 20% APY on stable coins. That's insane. That's one of the highest returns you can get on stablecoins. And so once it comes time to take profits, I'm definitely going to be staking some stablecoins with Terra Luna. And again, guys, if crypto's here to stay and crypto's here to mature, and the legacy markets are going to come in, they're going to bring in their billions, they're going to bring in their trillions. And if you're Apple, if you're Google, if you're some major company sitting on billions of dollars, and you understand that the dollar is being devalued continuously, and you know that you have options such as Anchor, where you can stake your dollars, you can stake your billions, and earn 18-20%, folks, this could really take off in the long term if we see adoption. So this thing has crashed quite a lot from all-time highs, and so if we measure how much we're down here, we're down 65% from all-time highs. And again, when it comes to technicals, this is stupidly bearish. Nothing about this tells me you can make money in the short term. For me, this is just a great project, great fundamentals. That's corrected a lot. So if you're looking at the dollar cost average, I'm literally buying the dip here. So that's what's going on with Anchor. It's very simple. Now, number 4, Casper protocol. So folks, this is a very potentially interesting play for a few reasons. So Casper protocol aims to be a scalable blockchain for smart contracts and decentralized applications. It's basically a competitor to Solana, to Binance, to Cardano, to Polkadot, to Ethereum, to Zilliqa. There's tons and tons of scalable smart contract blockchains at this point. So why is Casper special? Well, a few reasons. Casper came out recently. It's had a lot of fun, but the thing that's interesting and intriguing about Casper specifically is that it's geared toward business and institutional adoption, where you can create businesses can create public and private blockchains for different reasons, and they I was gonna say something else. It was on the tip of my tongue, and yeah, that's oh damn, I forgot what else I was gonna say. But no, look, I like Casper because they're gearing the blockchain. Oh, I remember. I just remembered, because they're gearing their smart contract and their decentralized applications to the legacy world. And with Casper, they don't have a native blockchain language. They actually use a lot of commonly used non-blockchain programming languages. So if you're a major S&P 500 company and you already have a software team that uses Python or whatever normal programming language there is, it's a lot of hard work to hire a team or train your own people on new specific crypto software languages. But with Casper, you can write decentralized applications with these programming languages that the real world outside of crypto already use. So the point about this thing is that they're kind of geared toward business adoption. And so while there are already plenty of big players in kind of like the globally decentralized, scalable smart contract space, Ethereum, Solana, many others, there isn't really a clear winner when it comes to a decentralized, scalable smart contract blockchain specifically for business use case. And so again, I think crypto's here to stay. I think the institutions are just beginning to come in. The regulations are just beginning to come in. The adoption is only just starting. So there isn't a clear winner when it comes to the smart contract decentralized application blockchain when it comes to business adoption. And so I think Casper, again, being geared more towards that, has a fighting chance to kind of be a leader in that sub niche when it comes to smart contracts. So as crypto grows and matures, businesses are going to become more interested in crypto, start adopting its use case, start adopting blockchain more and more often. And Casper, being that smart contract blockchain that's kind of geared towards businesses, I think has a good fighting chance of getting that adoption later down the road when it comes to that niche. So maybe for me, I'm starting to think at this point, like maybe Casper can make us some money this year. But personally, my intuition with Casper is I think Casper is probably like the Solana of the next bull run. Like, you know how like Solana popped up this year, 2024, 2025? I think Casper is probably like the Solana of 2024, 2025. So, again, this may make us some money this year, possible. I think so, especially if the bull run recovers. Because if the bull run recovers, everything will do good, and Casper has good, solid fundamentals and a great team behind them as well. So, but I think where Casper will really shine is probably the next cycle when it has just more use case, more adoption, more partners. It's just a bit more flushed out. It's really, really early stages of this thing. But next cycle, could this be the next BNB, the next Solana? I think it has a fighting chance. So definitely something to place on your radar. And again, it's literally like near the lowest it's ever been. So I started dollar cost average, and I think it's something definitely worth to put on your radar. Now, moving on, number 5. If you guys have been watching live streams, you already know what I'm talking about and why. Decenter, folks. Decenter, it is a low cap gem right now that I've 100% been buying the dip on. For those who don't know, Decenter is essentially a competitor to Basic Attention Token. There's a big problem in the when it comes to search engines, right? These search engines, Google, they steal your data, they sell it to companies to sell you ads, and they pocket all the money for themselves. Well, things like Basic Attention Token, things like Decenter, aim to give back their users value by paying their users in their native cryptocurrency or giving them discounts in with their marketplaces like such as Decenter for using their browser. So things like Decenter, things like Basic Attention Token, again, pay their users and give their users value for using their browser. Decenter is launching their mainnet and their web browser this quarter. So one of the biggest catalysts for this project is this quarter. Now, for this thing to do well, I don't think it needs to be the next Google. It's not going to take over Google. It might not even be Basic Attention Token, but it doesn't need to. This is a super, super solid project, and Basic Attention Token could continue to do well and still be the leader in the niche. But if Decenter gains any kind of adoption, any kind of hype, if they roll out, these different phases and they just succeed and their browser just works, I think Decenter has a very, very good chance of being a higher ROI version of Basic Attention Token. So again, guys, I've been buying the dip on this thing. In the short term, nothing about this price action looks bullish. It all looks stupidly bearish. Macro lower highs, macro lower lows. Again, this does look very bad. I don't expect to make any money on this in the short term. This could very well crash further in the short term. It's totally possible. But I think over the long term, this has a very good chance of reaching its all-time highs and vastly surpassing it over the long term. Whether that's 3 months from now, 6 months from now, or 4 years from now, I don't know. I'm willing to hold this thing for the long term. This is kind of like my favorite low cap pick. If we look up the market cap is like stupidly low right now. $12 million market cap. So this is why I laugh at these meme coins, because these meme coins have next to no fundamentals, and something like Decenter I think has just as good as an ROI potential, if not better than some of these meme coins, and also has fundamentals and is trying to solve a real world problem. Like if we look up their website here, I mean, this quarter and the next is jam packed with tons of stuff. Like here, Q2 mainnet launch, beta browser, inbuilt VPN, inbuilt ad blocker, Tor integration. I mean, tons and tons of stuff coming out with this project this quarter or next. So, I mean, if the bull run continues, this thing is stupidly undervalued and has tons of bullish catalysts ahead. So, I mean, not financial advice, but I like this thing quite a lot. So, guys, that's my list right there. What do you guys think? What do you guys think of my list here? Do you guys have any questions? Anything you want me to take a look at? That's pretty much all I wanted to show you guys. Now, again, I did buy the dip on probably like a lot more, add a lot more stuff. But I think I'm gonna leave that to our VIP Discord members. Again, guys, if you want to join our VIP Discord group, you get access through our Patreon. Link for that is down in the description below. We will be bringing changes to our VIP Discord group in the near future, and the people that got in early will definitely benefit from being in early. There's tons and tons of stuff we've been adding to our group, tons of resources when it comes to understanding Ethereum, Polkadot, Cardano, tons of staking resources, learning resources when it comes to Solidity, and yeah, just tons of good stuff. So make sure you check that out. And we're going to be adding even more stuff in the near future, and the people that got in early will definitely benefit from being in early, because again, guys, we're going to bring tons of changes, and I think a lot of people will regret not having gotten in early. So that's what I'll say with that. So what are you guys saying here? I've been going on for an hour and 12 minutes. Should I keep going? Do you guys want me to wrap it up here? What do you guys want me to take a look at? So Prister Kunder says XRP. Again, man, I don't mean to be too much of a hater, but I'm not a fan of XRP. I own 0 XRP. Again, something like Decenter, I think has a higher return on investment potential, and Ethereum is safer. So, like, look, if XRP was the only cryptocurrency in the world, then sure, I'd like it and probably own some. But there's literally thousands of options, and in my opinion, there's options that are safer, and there's options that have higher ROI. So why would you choose XRP? It doesn't make any sense to me. That's just my opinion, not financial advice. All right, guys, so I don't know if I should keep going here. Again, I've been going on for quite a long time here. I kind of got mostly what I wanted to say off my chest. So I'll see if you guys have any questions. If not, I might just start to wrap it up here. All the best trillion-dollar businesses have been sued by the SEC. Yeah, it's not just that, man. Just their use case is super dubious. Banks are building out their use case, XRP's use case, internally creating their own private blockchains for cross-border payment solutions. And not to mention that the founders are constantly dumping XRP onto the open market, which of course is widely known, and people argue that's priced in. But it's just, look, man, it's just maybe XRP's. There's reasons to like XRP, and I owned XRP, but when you have so many other options in comparison, sorry, in comparison to your other options, XRP just is not a good option in my opinion. That's just me though. So guys, look, here's the thing. I've been going on for over an hour here. I'm gonna wait to kind of save some more stuff that I bought the dip on, some potential opportunities in the space. I think for tonight's live stream, hopefully we'll get messing on a live stream later tonight. So I think I'm gonna start to wrap it up here. I just want to say, guys, thank you everyone for being here. Thank you for all your support, even for kind of these shit meme coins. But guys, I'm gonna wrap it up here. I hope you guys found some value from this live stream. Until next time, take care, everyone.